It was a bright Saturday morning in the small town of Greenfield. The sky was blue and the flowers were blooming along the streets.
A 9-year-old girl named Emma was walking home from school with her best friend Sophie. They passed by a bicycle shop on Main Street. Sophie! Look at that bicycle! The red one with the silver wheels! It is so beautiful!
Wow, Emma! It really is beautiful! And look, Tara, it even has a little basket in the front.
I want that bicycle so much! I would ride it to school every day. I would put flowers in the basket. Emma pressed her face against the cold glass window. Her eyes were wide and shining. She looked at the small white price tag on the bicycle. $120. That is so much money. But I really, really want it. Maybe your mom will buy it for you. Your birthday is next month, right? Yes! That is a great idea, Sophie. I will ask Mom tonight. She will say yes. I am sure of it. Emma ran home as fast as she could. She burst through the front door, calling for her mother. Mother! Mom! I saw the most amazing bicycle at the shop on Main Street. It is red with silver wheels and it has a basket.
Emma's mother, Mrs. Clara, was standing in the kitchen. She was wearing her blue work uniform.
Hello, my love. Come here and give me a hug first. Now, tell me slowly, what did you see?
A red bicycle. $120. Mom, it is perfect. Please, please, please.
Emma, my darling, $120 is a lot of money. I am sorry. I cannot buy it right now.
But Mom?
My birthday is next month. You always get me something for my birthday.
I know, sweetheart, and I want to give you good things. But this month, we need to be careful with our money.
It is not fair. Every other girl at school has a nice bicycle. Why can we never buy anything I want?
Emma, we have food on our table. We have a warm home. We have each other. That is what matters.
I do not care about that. I want the bicycle. You just do not want to make me happy.
Emma ran to her room and slammed the door. She threw herself onto her bed and stared at the ceiling. 2 tears rolled down her cheeks.
It is not fair. It is just not fair. I only want one thing.
Outside Emma's room, Mom stood quietly in the hallway. She leaned her back against the wall and closed her eyes for a moment. One day, Emma. One day you will understand.
That night, Emma woke up at midnight. She heard a quiet sound in the kitchen. She tiptoed out of her room and peeked around the corner. Mom? Why are you dressed? Where are you going? It is midnight.
Oh, Emma, you should be sleeping. Go back to bed, my love.
But Mom, you are wearing your work uniform. Are you going to work now? At midnight?
Yes, Emma. I work the night shift at the hospital 3 times a week, from midnight until 7 in the morning.
The night shift? I did not know that. How long have you been doing this?
For almost 1 year now. It helps us pay for our home, your school, and your meals. I do it because I love you.
Mom. I am sorry. I did not know.
Do not worry. Now go to sleep. I will be home before you wake up. I promise. Mrs. Clara arrived at Greenfield General Hospital just after midnight. She put on her white nurse's coat and walked quietly through the long corridors. The hospital was calm at night, but there was always work to do. She checked on patients. She gave medicine.
Thank you, nurse. You have kind hands. My daughter has not visited me in a long time.
You are not alone tonight, sir. I am right here. Would you like me to tell you a story?
Yes, please. I would like that very much.
And so Clara sat beside him and spoke softly until he fell asleep. Her feet were sore.
This is for you, my little girl. All of this is for you.
The next morning, Emma woke up and walked to the kitchen. Her mother was home, sitting at the breakfast table. She had made pancakes for Emma.
Mom? You are home. Did you sleep?
A little. I made your favorite tea, blueberry pancakes. Come and eat before school. Emma sat down and looked at her mother's hands as she poured the orange juice. Her mother's hands looked red and...
Mom, what happened to your finger?
What die?
Oh, it is nothing. Just a small cut from work last night. It does not hurt.
Mom, your hands look so tired.
Do they?
I had not noticed. These hands made you pancakes. That is all that matters to me.
Mom, I am sorry. I am sorry for what I said yesterday. About the bicycle, I was selfish.
Oh, Emma, you are not selfish. You are a child. It is normal to want things. I love you exactly as you are. At school that morning, Emma could not concentrate. She kept thinking about her mother's tired hands and her warm smile.
Class, next Sunday is Mother's Day. Does anyone know what we celebrate on Mother's Day? We say thank you to our moms. We give them flowers and cards.
That is right, Sophie. Mother's Day is a special day in May when we show our love and gratitude to the women who care for us. Let me ask you something. What is the most valuable thing your mother has given you? Not a toy or a gift, but something you cannot buy in a shop.
Her time and her love. Even when she is very tired, she always smiles for me.
Emma, that is a beautiful answer. You are a very wise girl.
Emma looked down at her desk. Something warm and heavy was growing in her chest. She made a quiet, serious decision right then and there.
I am going to do something special for Mom on Mother's Day. Something she will never forget.
After school, Emma opened her notebook and wrote at the top of the page, "My plan for Mom."
I need to earn money. But I am only 9 years old. What can I do? Emma, I have an idea. Old Mrs. Kim next door always needs help watering her garden. She pays 50 cents per day. That is perfect. And I can also help wash Mr. Johnson's car on weekends. And maybe I can sell bookmarks that I make myself. I will help you make the bookmarks. I am good at drawing flowers and butterflies.
Sophie, you are the best friend in the whole world. Thank you.
Emma, you are such a responsible young girl. Your mother must be very proud of you.
I hope so, Mrs. Kim. I am doing this for her. For Mother's Day.
Then she is already the luckiest mother in Greenfield.